Singapore says it will not claim from the Breakthrough Loss and Damage Fund adopted at the COP28 climate summit in Dubai, nor is it likely to contribute to it. Sustainability and the Environment Minister Grace Fu says the island state sees itself as more a galvaniser of financing. She was speaking to reporters about where climate talks now stand in the final stretch of COP28. Choo reports from Dubai.
We're in the final lap of climate talks here in Dubai, where negotiations to get the world closer to net zero targets are entering a critical juncture. But one of the topics that still dominates discussions is this loss and damage fund that draws from wealthier nations to help countries most vulnerable to climate change cope with its effects. Here's where Singapore, an island state facing hotter weather and rising sea levels, stands on that.
Singapore does not have the intention to access this finance. We would not be claiming from this fund, despite the fact that we have to invest very significantly into coastal protection.
As to whether Singapore will instead contribute to the fund, the minister says the country sees its role more as one that galvanizes financing for nations at risk.
There are countries that, have sounded out their willingness to contribute to the fund. We very much welcome that from the perspective of helping our fellow island states. But there are countries also that have resources, such as in Singapore. I think our resources would be really in activating finance, activating technology, and bringing solutions, say, to cities. So each one of us, if we are able to find our own way to contribute to climate action, I think that's to be welcomed.
The minister also addressed a major flashpoint in climate talks, where language over whether to phase down or phase out fossil fuels remains under furious debate.
We will have to work through the languages to find possible landing zones. We are trying to now find languages that can actually meet the needs of most parties. And this is a very democratic process.
Speaking as a co-facilitator in negotiations over climate mitigation, the minister was vague on details, but she says the discussion to get everyone on the same page about how to speed up the world's race to net zero is now at a crucial point.
We've been trying to find solutions that can meet the common requirements of parties and try to find as possible a large common space as possible. We still have significant work to do, although I would say that we're now closer to identifying the few core remaining issues.
Meanwhile, Singapore is paving the way for more collaboration on carbon credits. It's entered into deals with countries like Costa Rica, Papua New Guinea, Senegal and Rwanda to generate and buy credits from green projects. It's all part of Singapore's desire not just to help meet its own net zero goals, but support other countries in theirs, and also to let the world know its potential as a carbon hub. Choo, CNA, Dubai.